We like a nice creamy pint, don't we, Michael? In 1970, Captain James Kelly was a noted figure during the arms trial, but since then his career has been varied.
Now, back home in Cavan, the former army officer, Captain Kelly, has turned his hand now to something completely different.
There is lots of bog oak here. That's where one of the pieces that James carved was taken out of, and the rest of it is over here.
Okay. That's not a bad bit there, Vincent, I think. See that head?
Yeah.
Captain Jim Kelly has led a checkered life. He's been a serving army officer, an estate agent, a publican, a newspaper publisher and editor, and of course, most famously, a co-defendant with Charlie Haughey in the arms trial. Now he's turned his hand to yet another occupation, sculpture. Bog oak. Today, searching in the bog at Skay near Bailieborough for the raw material for his latest passion.
How do you describe bog oak? Well, it's old. I suppose it's thousands of years old and it was buried in the bog for years. And as I said in the handout I gave, more or less, it was here long before the time of St. Patrick and way back in the days of the Druids, where they were carrying out their rituals in the oak groves, I suppose, of antiquity.
Why did you decide to get, I mean, first of all, why did you decide to become a sculptor?
Well, I always had a vague notion of doing something like that, and more or less I often sculpted small figures from bits of timber I found around in no major way, and I retired there 2 years ago, so I had to do something. So I took up bog oak, and I came down here and I spoke to Lil and Vincent, and they said there's plenty of bog oak.
Why bog oak?
Because bog oak is, well, it's a nice timber, and that turns black, you see, when it's finished, and you can oil it, and it comes up very well, and it's very good. And then you have all these little shapes and so on that I showed you earlier in that bit over there, and you just use your imagination as best you can and work out some figure.
Okay, well, we've seen the raw material.
Yeah.
Let's go and see the real thing, the finished product.
Okay, right you be.
Examples of his work were recently to be found in the Crannog Bookshop's gallery in Cavan Town.
This is one of my, it's a favourite of mine really, because it's the cry for freedom, and as you see it represents
the two arms.
Two arms up and
stretched, yeah.
Sort of begging for mercy possibly, and maybe surrendering or imploring. Yeah. And it's, as I see it, it's the cry of downtrodden people all through the ages.
It's mounted about, is that marble?
It's not it's limestone, it's polished limestone.
Yeah, lovely, yeah, it's mounted on that. And another one here that you like, this is what...
This is sour. I mean, my idea was when I produced all those bog oak statues or statuettes, I related them all back to the pre-Christian era, and a sort of the mythical Ireland, if you like. Pagan Ireland, because they did come from the bogs way back at the start, the bogs are way back. And as I said, they were around at the time of the Druids and so on. So I related them to all these people that we learned about at school, about Oisin and who else had you? Finn McCool and all those.
There's a primitive look to them. Almost, in some respects, almost African-like.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the way it comes. What I do is I run with the timber. For example, you see the knot there and the way it runs down, so you follow that. And I don't create the shape myself. You develop it a small bit. And you do that, and then maybe you shape it at the side and so on. So it gives the shape of a woman, I suppose, to an extent, and that's it. I told you the story.
Doing the honours at the exhibition and officially launching it, Douglas Gageby, former Irish Times editor.
Jim is a man with a great heart and spirit and resilience. Wood carving is something that goes deep into our conscience. It can be as powerful to me as writing or painting in moving and inspiring us. Jim, in fact, is an artist.
So, how does Jim Kelly now see his future in the world of sculpting?
Well, I suppose I'm a jack of all trades. I may be master of none, you never know.
Well, maybe the next step, the Royal Irish Academy.
Oh, shall we live in hopes?
Oh, that's interesting, sort of in the vein of where are they now. Now, if you're the type of person who's already looking forward to summer, again, here's an idea.